Guys, welcome to the Wednesday Cardone University Cardone On Demand Mastermind. My name's Steve Spray, bringing it to you live from the 305. Okay, you know how we do it here at Grant Cardone's office. We come to you every single Wednesday. We're dropping the sales knowledge on you for your business, for your finances. That's where we're helping you out. So specifically today we're going to be talking about your presentation. We're going to be talking about controlling the presentation because we've been following Grant Cardone. He says control equals income. Control equals income. And so if control equals income, I need to be able to control my presentation. That way I can sell more of my products and my service. And Cardone University spends a lot of time actually showing you how to do that, how to dig in, how to get that information. And so what I'm going to do today is we're going to go through that. We're going to talk a little bit about it. So we're going to be talking about controlled presentations. And so if you want to call in, I'm going to answer any question that you have. So call in at 305-865-8668. That number again, 305-865-8668. So every Wednesday we come to you right here answering your questions. And so we got a great opportunity. If you're not already on Cardone University and you're just using some of the programs, we got an unbelievable deal right now. This is a great deal for Cardone University because there's a bonus package that comes with it. So our Cardone University program, it's $1,922 for 12 months. Okay, $1,922. Okay, here's the best part. Right now, Grant's running a special on this deal right here. So the actual seminar package. There's over 30 hours of content just in Grant Cardone's seminar collection. You're going to get that entire book. It comes with it for free. It's a $495 book. We sell it at our store. If you do Cardone University, right now while we're running the special, you're going to be able to get that book. So if you guys want to call in at 305-865-8668. That's the number. And that's where we're going to help you out. So we got a lot going on here at the Cardone global headquarters in the 305. And we're actually doing a monster seminar. So if you guys haven't seen the 10X Growth Conference, go to 10xgrowthcon.com. And man, we just added some big rock stars there. Jay Abrams. Okay, Tim Grover. Check it out. Okay, big names. We're adding big names every week, man. This thing's going to be freaking monster. So if you guys haven't got your tickets yet, things filling up real fast. And if you guys have any questions today, give us a call because we're going to help you out. So when I talk about controlled presentations, control equals income. You know, at some point, maybe you're going to make a cold contact, or maybe you're at a retail location. Maybe you're working a big event. Okay, and you got customers and clients coming into you. What you want to be able to do is after you get through that greeting, okay, after you've already set the appointment. So we're not going to be talking about that right now. What we're talking about is what happens after that. We're talking about what happens after you fact find, you start figuring out what might the dominant buying motive be. That way you know how to control the presentation. That way you can sell the customer. So what I want you to look at, and John, if you want to show my screen right now, I'm gonna go into this part of the program. And so this is inside your program, Cardone University, or Cardone On Demand. And when you go inside the sales process right here, it's a vital piece of this program, guys. When you go inside the sales process, this is every step inside any sales process. So I don't care what it is. You got a 5-step, you got a 2-step, you got a 10-step, 12-step, no matter, dude. It covers everything inside here. So no matter how many steps you have, there's got to be a meet and greet, okay? And then there's probably going to be some sort of objections up front. There's going to be some sort of fact-finding stage, and then you're going to get to a presentation. There is not one sales process on this planet where there is no presentation. And so what I want to look at today is we're going to look inside this presentation piece. We're going to go in here. It's a big part of the program. I mean, you can see I favorited a lot of these because I look at them all the time. So we need to understand the basics, and Grant talks a lot about how to verify with alternatives. This is a major part of Grant's training. Okay, this is a major part of how I negotiate today. I set the entire thing up from the very beginning, and I use these segments right here. When we start moving down through here, Grant dives very deep into the sales process part of the presentation. So what happens inside the sales process? So, you know, a lot of people are always trying to think about, you know, how to get deals, how to get cold calls, but this is a vital part. Like, what happens when you do get the opportunity? Are you guys given a 10X presentation? Okay, how do you super freak your presentation? All this content right here, guys, is actually diving in really deep. And so what I want to talk about today is how to use control. How to use control inside your presentation. I'm going to go ahead and take a caller. I've got Michael Michael's calling in from Orlando. Michael, how's it going?
Doing wonderful, man. How you doing, Steve?
Dude, I'm doing really good, man. How's everything going up there in Orlando?
Excellent, man. It's going wonderful. How's it doing? How's it going in Miami?
Oh, dude, you know how it is, man. We down here, we getting that
I know how it is,
we getting
man.
that
I know
10x
how it
growth
is.
conference going on. So,
Oh yeah.
what can I help you out with today?
Hey, I know how to control a conversation no matter what, but let me ask you, what would you say is the most important thing that a person can do to control not just a presentation, but anything that they're going into? And like I said, I know how to do this. What's the number one thing that you would tell to someone who does not know how to fully do that?
Well, it's going to be a lot about direction. So, I'm not trying to control the customer. I'm trying to control the actual cycle itself. So, I'm going to direct them to do things. And it has to do a lot with questions, or it has a lot to do with, maybe moving them into something specific. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. I'm going to say, like for my program, when I get them on there, I'm going to say, go to CardoneUniversity.com. What do you see right there? Excellent. Scroll down. What do you need help with right there? Which one of those boxes can we help you out with? Oh, okay. Why do you say prospecting? Right? I'm controlling the entire cycle, but I'm letting them kind of work out the reality that they need to feel, that they need to see themselves how my product can do that. So if I sell cars, if I sell cell phones, no matter what I sell. So what product do you sell?
I sell vacations.
Love that.
Vacation. So what you're saying is, Steve, it's important to not only do this discovery process, which is one of the most essential part of sales, asking questions, but making a structured idea of what you're doing, and you're going to create value that way. And that's exactly what I do. That's what I'm hearing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So that's the single most important thing to you, Steve, as far as getting these people involved and establishing value.
That would be a very important part of the program. Let me ask you this, man. Do you see something that might be more valuable inside your sales process?
As far as what goes, Steve?
Well, I'm trying to understand what question you're asking. I mean, that would be one of the most important things for me in helping control my process, is really understanding what I need to do to control the cycle and establishing where am I going to go, what direction. That's where I got to know about my product.
Absolutely. Well, my main question really is, urgency is the most important thing in sales. Everybody knows that, but the number one thing, Steve, that you use every single day to keep your structure. I know you have a solid structure and everything.
Okay.
What's the most important thing that you would tell somebody who's right there at the almost a perfect salesman, but they're just not using enough urgency, structure? They're losing deals doing it. I see it every day. I run a room. So,
yeah.
I talk to people all day. I play Grant all day on the TV, man.
There's probably three things you could look at. Okay. What I would look at: attitude, action, or approach. Because you got people who've got an unbelievable approach, but they don't have any activity. So he's different than the guy. So that guy who's really good, maybe like a tenured salesperson, maybe like a veteran guy, probably on your sales floor who does really well.
Yep.
Guy's a freaking rock star, knows the product, knows everything about it. That's great. But he just doesn't have enough action. Or maybe he's even got a bad attitude, so that's holding him back. Or
no, you're absolutely correct.
Yeah, exactly. And so I would say, you know what, man, it's probably three of those things. It could be three of those things that Grant always talks about. He says, if you're not getting what you want, there's going to be one out of these three things, either attitude, action. So, a lot of times I see that.
Or a combination, man, of all three of them. I like that a lot.
It could be.
That's
awesome.
Could
be, man. So what company do you guys work for up there in Orlando?
It's Paramount Properties.
Oh,
we
nice.
Just do vacations, property management. I'm 21 years old, man. Entrepreneur. I own two businesses. Dropped out of college. Made A+ in all my marketing classes, and I said, man, I have the tools. I'm just putting myself into the situation where I can explode.
I love it, man. Hey, dude, you sound like the right type of guy to be down here at the 10X Growth Conference.
I know I do. Well, I would love to be there, but man, I'd love to be working with y'all, man. But I would just crush y'all. I'm just playing with you.
Okay. I like it, man. I like it. I like your confidence, man. You got to have some confidence, because if you don't,
absolutely, man. My confidence is through the roof. My energy's through the roof.
It's awesome, man. Love that, dude. All right, man. Hey, appreciate you calling in, man. Hey, call me in any other time.
Thank you for answering my questions, man.
All right,
Appreciate you big time, man.
All right,
Keep
brother.
crushing it.
All right, brother. Appreciate you, man. You take care. I got another guy. He's calling in from El Paso. I got Sergio calling in. Guys, if you want to call in, I'm going to answer any question that you have. Today, what we want to talk about, controlling your presentation. Okay, we want to talk about what you're doing inside your presentation. So if you want to call me up, you want to talk about, what problem you have, or not even a problem at this point. If you want to talk about what business you're in, and I'll give you some examples of how you can control it, I'm going to help you out today. So we're going to show you how to use Cardone University to help you out. So I got Sergio. He's calling in from El Paso. Sergio, what's happening?
Good afternoon, Steve. How you doing?
Dude, I'm doing really good, man. I'm doing really good. I appreciate you giving a call in from the great state of Texas.
Yes, sir.
I was just there. I was just there last weekend, man. How can I help you out?
So I have a quick question for you. I have control, and I've had control here. I work for a soda company that is a worldwide. I'm in and out the store with the store manager, right? And I've had success. I've been the all-star top dog of all my peers, and I've done good. I've gotten to a situation where the conversation with him is too comfortable, right? Instead of shaking his hand, we do the whole, "What's up, big dog? How you doing?" So I get stuck in between the, "How's the game last night?" and I'm making you, a 35% margin increase here with this product. So I'm trying to get away from it being too cool.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. Well, what I would do is I would identify some specifics. So this happens to a lot of people. This happens to a lot of salespeople, because what happens is you get somebody who starts. It's what we call a nice guy in you, right? Like nice guy in you. Like they want to start broing out, talking. They want to, and so they're kind of just moving along. And so that's a problem. Because that's a hard one. That's a hard objection, because you got somebody who's like, "Oh, I love it, man, love it, but let's talk about the game." They're like, "Oh no, I'm gonna do it. But let's talk about the game." A lot of times those deals don't ever happen, and this happens to salespeople all the time. They get into that conversation, and this is where some of that, sales training that you'll see from, all over the internet. I see it all over the place. Old sales training styles talk about, this is how you build rapport. You talk about the game and their kids and where they go to school and grew up. It's like, no, man, how you build rapport. And this is what Grant talks about inside the sales process right here. When you go inside here, he talks about how to build rapport. And the way that you do it is you solve people's problems with your product. And that's how you figure it out. You do it by fact finding. And then you do it by you actually control the cycle. So when you go in there, what was that product that you said you saw? Solar, what was it? Energy or?
No. I work for a soda company.
Oh, a soda company. A soda company. Awesome. So do you go business to business?
No, I already have my set route. I have my set store. So I see the store managers every day, every week, and I've upsold here in my account, and I've been very successful. And he believes in me, and I've done good for him. It's getting to that point where I'm bringing the new innovation, and I'm coming in excited, solid, and he believes on it. But it's just a longer process.
Take him outside, dude. Take him outside. So remove him. So what you're going to see inside this part of the program, it's going to be control. So what I'm going to do is when I'm talking to the business owner, I'm not just going to talk to him about the soda machine. I'm going to say, "Hey, John, this is Steve. Look, dropping by. We're going to be able to increase some of the traffic that we're bringing in because people are going to see the soda machine. It's going to bring them into the store. But let me ask you this. Right now, what do you think is going to be the number one reason why customers drop in through here?" And what he's going to do is answer it. So I'm getting through the fact finding. Then I'm going to say, "You know what? Let's do this. Let's step outside." And so remove him from that environment. So I'm going to do the same thing if I sell cell phones. If I sell cell phones, I'm going to do this. I'm going to remove the one phone from the wall instead of confusing him with all the other ones. Or if I'm in an auto dealership, I'm going to remove the one vehicle from the mass of all of them, right? So that's what I want to do. I want to bring that guy out. So I'm going to experience, what the customers may see. Or, so if I'm trying to sell the guy a soda machine, I haven't sold a soda machine before, but what we're talking about is actually controlling him. So the sale is selling him. So I would remove him from that store or that back office where he sits all day long. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes, sir. Definitely.
Yeah, just to get him out of that, right? Okay, so excellent, man. Look, if you have any other questions or anything, let me know. Call back up. So we got Leo calling in from Cali. Guys, if you want to call in, if you have any questions about your business and what you do, 305-865-8668. So what we're going to do, I'm talking about, there's 17 different courses inside this part of the program, and I'm going to take a I'm going to take a call from Leo here in just 1 second, but I've got 17 different segments inside of this part of the program. The right inside presentation. So this is where I want you to go in. I want you to pull your presentation apart, and I want you to start doing this. So here's a couple things that you can do. Start looking for some of the buying signals. Start looking for areas in which you can start, using these things Grant's talking about in here with the control. I'm going to be asking questions all the time. I'm going to break my sales process up. I'm going to try to shorten that sales cycle. I'm going to break it up into a couple different areas, and I'm going to start asking people, have you seen enough to make a decision? That's going to start leading me down a direction of how I can really sell this person. So even up front, at the beginning of my presentation, when I break this up, what I would do is I would break this up into 3 different parts. It's exactly what Grant talks about. He says, break your presentation up into 3 different parts. And whenever you do that, what you're going to do is start asking from those parts of the presentation, you're going to ask them, have you seen enough to make a decision? Rather than being one of those guys who goes on a 45-minute tangent about your product and you're just overloading the guy, because they could already be sold. And so when you start breaking your presentation up, you're providing a little bit more control. So Leo from Cali, what's happening?
Hey, man, how's it going? Can you hear me?
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's going real well. How you doing today?
All right, I'm doing great, actually. Believe it or not, I know I talked to you last week, I believe, or a couple of days. I can't remember if it was last week or so. But I told you that I was going to go cold visiting, and I did. Most uncomfortable experience of my life. Went door to door, presented my products, presented my services, and I was stunned by the reaction that I was getting from people, because I was actually second to get doors slammed on my face, negative feedback, or somebody, cursing me out before they slammed the door. And it was the exact opposite reaction. And all because of the tools that I have learned, through the EST programs and the books. And I'm extremely grateful as a result of it.
Okay.
And now I was just joining into this program.
Yeah.
And,
so hey, Leo, remind me of what product, because I remember you calling last week, but what product are you selling?
Yeah, I didn't actually tell you that. So I offer fitness coaching services through bodyweight training and fat burning programs, where it's like all nutrition, all 100% natural bodyweight training. So there is no gym involved, zero weightlifting. It's just your body as a tool to grow muscle and burn fat.
Okay, excellent. And so you're telling me. So what I think I heard from the very first part of that part of your call is that you were saying that you were getting out in front of people, and you were getting some sort of result from that type of action. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And so what was that? Because I missed that part, man. I apologize. That's my fault. What was so what type of reactions were you getting as you were going out there and getting in front of people?
I was actually getting good reception. So
Good.
People were listening to me. Some of them were kind of funny because they were just sticking their head out the door. And I was thinking immediately okay, I'll get past the gatekeeper, almost immediately. That was the first thought that came to my head. So then I introduced myself, talked to them a little bit about my product, and I went from seeing their head behind, sticking out the door, to being in front of them, sitting on the kitchen table.
Love it, man. Love it, dude. Hey, people love certainty. So, people want to feel certain about something. The more certain you are, the more certain they're going to be. And so you showing up out there. And so this is another example. This is something that you guys can do. So this goes back to what we're talking about today. We're talking about control. So if I want to control a cycle, somebody puts me off. He says, hey, you know what? Hey, thanks for the phone call. Appreciate you trying to set an appointment with me. I would take a look at it, but give me a call back in 3 weeks. What am I going to do? I'm going to go into agreement. Absolutely, sir. Would love to do that. Hey, I'm going to give you a call back in 3 weeks. We'll set an appointment. I'll drop in. I'll show you exactly what we do. Hey, just so you know, I'm going to be in your neighborhood in 2 days. Okay? I mean, if you're open-minded to it, I'll just drop by then, drop off some information. That way when I call you in 3 weeks, okay, you'll know exactly what we're looking at, okay? Are you going to be available if I drop by? Just to shake hands and have me give you some information on Friday. I'm going to control that whole thing. I'm going to actually move myself up, And so I'm going to take back control of that, and I'm going to tell the guy, hey, I'm going to be there. And that's going to provide certainty. I'm out in the marketplace, and that's what Leo's telling you. He's saying, hey, I got a great response from people. I went out and was knocking on their door. I mean, they were kind of, he said something about them behind the door, but, I don't know what that meant because I didn't really catch it. But I think what he's saying is that, look, at first, they didn't know if we could come out. Oh, I got it. Okay. And so at first, hey, they didn't want to come out, but when I showed my persistence that, hey, I got a great product, I'm willing to come out here, knock on the door, got a great response from it. So that's awesome, Leo. Do you have a question or anything we could help you out with this week?
Yeah, actually I do. Since I'm going to have 2 presentations coming, one tomorrow, then one on Friday.
Okay, good.
And yeah, so my question is, because they're both relating to, the clients want to get the product, but it's the spouses that they're worried about, whether or not they want to purchase it. So they want to consult with the spouse. They want to make sure that the spouse is, in agreement with the idea of hiring me to give them the services. So how do I manage to get the second agreement, or how do I manage to remain in control of the presentation while the spouse is basically the one who's going to be acting as the decision maker in this situation?
Great question. Okay, this is a great question. I'm actually really glad he called in with this. So if you guys go in sales process right here, what he's talking about is, what do I need to do to set myself up to have a great presentation for this guy? Set the appointment. I'm all good. There. But what do I need to do when I go in? So let me give you a couple examples that you're going to find inside fact finding. And then I'm going to give you a couple other examples you're going to find inside presentation. Now this is going to set the stage for you. So when you go inside fact finding, when you go in here, you guys see all these segments right inside here. There's thousands of views inside this part of the program, just on this one segment. This is where people are actually getting in and they're figuring out, well, I got a presentation coming up. I want to make sure I knock that presentation out of the park. But how do I do it? What questions do I need to ask? So let me give you a couple examples while we're on this part. So one thing that I would ask Leo is I would walk in there. I would take the objection away from it. I'd let him know. So number one, I'm going to ask him up front. I'm going to say this. I'm going to say, hey, Leo, thank you very much for giving me your time today. And just so that I make sure that we use the best usage of your time, what do you want to get from today's meeting? Okay, I'm going to open it up with that. I'm going to have him tell me what he wants to hear, because he already has an idea of what he's going to see or what problem it's going to be able to solve, right?
Yeah.
He's already got some sort of idea, so I want him to tell me what he wants to see today. Hey, so I make the best use of your time. Okay, what do you expect to get out of today's phone call? Or what do you expect to get out of today's meeting? That's what you're going to see inside this part of the program, inside the fact finding. Now, to answer Leo's question, I'm going to follow it up with this. Okay, I know your wife's going to be an extremely important part of the decision making on this. What do you think is going to be most important for her? What things should I cover today that your wife's going to want to know in order to make this decision? Does that make sense?
Yes, actually it does. Sorry, I'm actually writing it down. Can you please say that one more time?
So what I would say is this. I would open it up with, hey, Leo, this is Steve, Grant Cardone's office. Thanks for the time today. Just to make sure that I make the best usage of your time. Okay, what do you want to get out of today's phone call? Or what do you want to get out of today's meeting? What are some key takeaways so that way I make the best usage of your time? Because there's a lot of things that I can help you out with, but what are some key takeaways that you want from today's meeting? You're going to find this inside the fact-finding part of Cardone University. This is all the stuff Grant's talking about right here inside the Grant Cardone Seminar Collection. These are the things he goes in depth about. So if you're looking for more questions like these, or maybe you're like, hey, I like the idea of that question, but how would I do it for my industry? There's 30 hours of content right here inside the Grant Cardone Seminar Collection that he talks about this material. Then I'm going to transition into this. I'm going to take that objection away from him. I'm going to tell him, hey, okay, now I know what you need to see. Now I need to know what your wife needs to see. The way I'm going to do that, Leo, I know that your wife's going to be a major part of the decision making for this. And so what do you think is going to be most important for her when making a decision about us doing business? Right? And so I'm going to have him tell me how to present my deal to him. And because it could be a little bit different, it could be different for everybody. So hope that helps out, man. I appreciate you calling in, Leo. Call me back in next week. Let me know how those go. And we got Jarrett calling from Arkansas. Jarrett, how's it going?
Man, it's going great. How you doing?
I'm doing excellent, man. I'm doing excellent. What type of business are you in?
Man, I'm in retail sales with Walmart and with Bayer.
My man. So you work with Walmart and you said what was the other one? Oh, Sears.
Bayers.
Bayers. Okay, I got it, man.
So I'm selling more Bayer product to Walmart with a brokerage firm.
Got it. Okay, that's cool, man. So what question do you have this week that I can help you out with?
Oh, man. So I've kind of got a similar story to Grant, and it's kind of weird, and it's kind of uncomfortable to talk about, but at the same time, I just got to put it out there, and I got to get the feedback because it's all about feedback.
Well, there's definitely no better place to do it than the Cardone University Mastermind. So let's drop it, man.
Exactly. So, long story short, I was on the verge of working on Wall Street. Got a business finance degree at the Sam Walton School of Business, and then I basically messed up really bad my senior year by drinking and driving, and it got like on social media and whatnot, and by the grace of God, I still have a job.
Okay.
I'm trying to put the past in the past, and I'm trying to just make it to where all my results through what I'm doing day by day, by 10Xing, by applying all of these different sorts of business principles to make it to where my results outweigh the past, to where the past is the past. Everybody has a past. Everybody can learn from their past. Not like Grant. Grant went to rehab when he was like 25. So
that's right. That's right, man.
Really,
only psychos live in the past, man. You can't change it. So how can we make your future bright?
Right. So like in 10X, it says live in the present or live in the future. Don't live in the past.
Exactly.
However, progressing forward, I'm wondering, is that really going to affect me in the fact of if I want to move up in the company, or am I going to need to eventually start my own venture? So any advice you could possibly give me real quick, that'd be great before I have to head back to work on my lunch break.
Here's what I would do, dude. If I were you, okay, I would make your deal so sweet. I would go in there and crush it so hard. I would build that muscle, because here's what you want to do. This is what people ask me questions similar to this one, the way I'm thinking about it all the time. Look, what you always do is what you always do. So if you show up every single day and you're just freaking killing it and crushing it, and Bayer says, you know what, dude, we can't afford to lose this guy, okay? Yeah, he made some mistakes.
Yeah, linchpin.
He made some mistakes.
Indispensable. That's what I'm trying to go for.
I love that, man. And that's the way you should operate every day. And then, hey, look, you know what? At the end of the day, if they don't like it, here's what you did. Okay, you showed up every single day. You built that muscle. You're on Cardone University. You're training every day. You're learning. Okay, you've got all this information. You know everything you need to do to sell freaking Walmart. So imagine what happens if you go out into the real world and all of a sudden, hey, dude, I need to do my own deal. Okay, because you're already going to have that muscle built in. So that's a great question, man. I'm glad you asked that. And so I want everybody to really understand, look, hey, what Jared's going through right now is maybe you don't have that situation similar, but maybe you're thinking every day, well, maybe it's a job that you're at right now and you want to think about getting out of another job. Hey, look, man, if you're not training every single day, if you're not showing up every day with like a 10X attitude, dude, you're not going to go somewhere else and show up with that. So no matter where you're at, no matter what you're doing, dude, do what Jared's doing right now. He's being the example. He's like, hey, look, I screwed up, okay, but I'm not even going to think about it anymore. What I'm going to do is, dude, I'm going to show up every single day with a 10X attitude, man. I'm going to have the best attitude in the world, and I'm going to make it so that even companies like Bayer can look at one thing that I did wrong in my life and say, you know what, man? The guy's so unbelievable, we can't afford to get rid of him. Okay, Jared, thanks a lot for calling up, man. I appreciate you calling. Tell me your story. Guys, if you want to call up, we're answering questions right now. We're helping you out. 305-865-8668. So if you want to call up, look, it's a great point that he brings up. And so if you guys aren't doing this every single day, if you're not, showing up, if you don't wake up every day and you do the same stuff, that's why 6 segments of training every single day is so important, and you start building that muscle in, you're going to take that with you anywhere, So maybe you're tapped out at a job right now. Well, maybe you're like, you know what, I'm going to get out of this next month or in 6 months or in 9 months. Dude, show up every single day and just freaking blow the roof off that. That way, when after 6 months, get so good at that deal that you can walk out of there, you freaking drop the mic on them. That's what Cardone University is about. Cardone University is about being the best version of yourself, having the best understanding, the most reality of what's going on in a sales cycle. So I wasn't born with this. Okay, I imagine you're probably sitting there thinking right now, you know what? I wasn't born with it either. Okay, so the great part is that you can learn it. Anybody can learn it. Anybody can go through the master certification inside the program. So, the way that we do that 6 segments every single day. If you got questions or if you want to call in right now, what I do every week, I answer them. So if you want to call in, it's 305-865-8668. If you got a presentation coming up, if you're trying to close a deal, If you've got, maybe you're trying to figure out some creative follow-up, let's talk about it. That's what we do on the show. So some of the things that I want to go over, John, if you want to show my screen right now, what I'm going to show you is that, look, when you're inside the program, you want to go through 6 segments every single day. That's one virtual segment. Most of these segments are 2-3 minutes long. Okay, so you're spending about 15, 20, max 22 minutes every single day. Now, I do these every morning. I don't even get out of bed. I actually am watching these on my phone. I'm sitting up. I'm paying attention. Okay, I'm taking notes. I'm actually writing this stuff down. I'm actually digging into this. And then I'm coming back like a pro. Okay, it's football season right now. Okay, what they're doing every single Sunday, they're making mistakes. The pros are making mistakes, but the reason that they're pros is because they're doing the things that the actual pros do. They're coming back. They're trying to figure out, hey, where do we make sure that never happens again? Okay, if that's you on a cold call, if that's you in closing a deal, or if that's you sitting here trying to figure out top traits of great salespeople. Hey, how do I become great? Okay, I'm already doing good. Okay, like the first guy who called in, man, guy's got a bunch of swag. He's like, oh man, I'm doing so good. Okay, good, man. Well, good. Okay, well, what's next? Okay, go to top traits of great salespeople. Continue getting better. There's always people out there that are doing better. That's why Grant put this part of the program together. That's why he put the 100 Ways to Stay Motivated together. And then when you guys start getting all your money right, Grant's got the personal finances program inside here. That way you know what to do with the money. That way you can start building the wealth. And then, so if you guys invest in this program, what happens is that, look, we're going to give you this piece right here. This month, we're actually doing it. We got a special running right now. If you guys do the CardoneUniversity.com program, you're going to be able to get the Grant Cardone seminar collection. Now, there's 30 plus hours of content that Grant wrapped up into ebooks. Okay, this book is thick. Okay, it's a big book. A lot of content. Okay, there's follow-up strategies. There's word tracks, scripts, closing strategies, the ways to handle objections. I mean, everything is in there. There's a whole program on how to get motivation. Okay, how to get your game going. Okay, so I got more callers. Guys, if you want to call in, 305-865-8668. I got Alicia from Cali. Elijah or Alicia, whichever one. Maybe it's Elijah.
It's Elijah.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Last time too, Steve. But hey, how you doing?
Man, I'm doing really good, man. I apologize. I messed your name up.
No worries, man. Real quick, I'm working on getting a referral for you guys, and I was actually reaching out to Mike, but I guess Mike's probably doing some monster deal right now. He's busy, so I figured why not ask you? You're out live and active. So,
dude, there's no deal too monster big to take your referral, man. So who you got?
All right. So I'm working on a company that, long story short, I already presented the idea to them to really hop on with Grant, and I wanted to send them over a link or a connection or something that you could look at that was short and sweet and not too long to really describe what goes down over at Cardone Enterprises. So I wanted to know what should I send over to them?
Dude, my man. Okay, this is my favorite question of the entire day. This guy's calling up. He's saying, look, I want to get some referrals. Okay, I know Grant's going to give me a referral fee. It's juicy. It's a good one. Okay, I know I'm going to get it if I just set up a good appointment. So how do I do it? Now, this whole deal right here that he's asking is what you're doing in your business every single day. So what I want to focus on is this part of the program. I want you to look at this piece right here. It's Master the Cold Call, because what I'm getting ready to tell him, okay, is going to come straight out of this program. And then what it's going to do from there, it's going to transition into the follow-up. So I'm going to show you guys how to do this. So when you go into Master the Cold Call, okay, reaching out to somebody, they may not know who Grant Cardone is. We don't know. They don't know who Elijah is. Okay, we don't know. They don't know anything. Maybe they do sales training. Okay, but the point of this is what we want to do is we want to figure out how do we get all of our steps in line. That way we make the best opportunity of this cold call. And what he's talking about right now is some creative follow-up. So it sounds like he's probably already made a first original contact with the guy. So this part of the program, getting the cold call pitch down, that way I even get the opportunity to ask this guy, hey, would you look at it? Have you already gotten that far? You're already past that, right?
Right. I think I have a different situation from the average individual, but yes, I did.
Yeah. No, I know. And so I'm just trying to relay this so that way everybody gets it. And so what you want to look at here is next is figuring out, well, what objection do I get? How I handle it? So he's already done that, guys. He's already went past that. What he's going into right now is creative follow-up. So when I go inside follow-up, this is where I want you to really understand what the follow-up tool does. So you must understand all the training on this part of the program. And then this whole piece right here, contact follow-up for over 365 days. And so what this is designed to do is it's really designed to cover somebody up. That way you've got some sort of different value-added follow-up every single day. And he wants to send somebody something very specific. He said, hey, man, I want to send him something good. Now, so what you want to do is inside the program, and he brings up a great question, so I'm going to tell it to him, but it's inside the program. When you go inside here, there's a lot of different ways. There's advanced strategies for follow-up or how to use follow-up tools. So when I go inside how to use follow-up tools, whether it's a text, email, a lot of what you're going to see is inside the email. Or how to use gimmicks. It's going to be in there. How do you want to really capture somebody or use, maybe social media to really connect with this guy? So all that material is going to be inside there. What I would do is I would send the guy an article, maybe drop in, maybe make it one of the articles that, a lot of people have read. Most of them get, a couple 100,000 views from Grant. So I would drop that in, or maybe I would go get a video, maybe one of the motivational videos, or I would dig in. I would find out what's that company do, by the way, Elijah?
Oh, that company is a home remodeling company.
Yeah, good. So a home remodeling company, and what do you think is? And so you're trying to get this to the owner, right?
Yeah.
Good.
I know the owner's already taken a look at it. I just wanted to know what else should I send them.
Perfect. So this is a great example that Elijah's talking about. I know his situation's different, but it's the same as what you guys are doing every day. It's how you should be using this follow-up program. I want to really pepper in the right material, so I'm going to drop in a video. So maybe I'm going to drop in one example. Grant has a video on YouTube. It's a motivational video. It's got almost 2 million views. I would send that up to your guy, and here's what I would do. I would say, hey, I know you've been looking at the Grant Cardone program. I found this video on YouTube. It has almost 2 million views, so it seems like a lot of people like it. Let me know what you think. It's very short. It's very sweet. It's very simple, and it's something that he would be able to look at and know, oh, wow, I now have a better idea of what that Grant Cardone company does. Maybe I'll take a look at more. And that's what you guys should be doing in your business every day. And so what I would do from there is you can't just always send them links. And that's why the follow-up tool or the 365-day strategy is really important for you to really cover the guy up. Because then maybe I'm going to text the guy something or send him something, or maybe I send out a video, or maybe I give him a phone call based off what Grant talks about in the program. So Elijah, man, hey, really appreciate you calling up with that. And I appreciate you letting me, relate that situation that you have to all of our clients here on the Mastermind call. So guys, every Wednesday I come to you live from the 305 right here, helping you out from the Cardone University program, Cardone On Demand. So look, we're going to keep coming to you every single week. We come to you Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We answer questions. You guys want to call in, send messages in. That's what we're here to do. Make sure that you're using the program, Grant Cardone Sales Training, to be able to help you out. Now, we got an incredible deal going on, so I just want to let you know what's happening right now. If you've been thinking about, hey, should I do the Cardone University? I don't know. Hey, just ask yourself, how good do you want to get? How good do you want to get? When are you going to start amping it up? Okay, I don't care how good you are, I don't care how good you are. This material right here, training on it, drilling on it every single day is going to help increase your level no matter where you're at. So, CardoneUniversity.com. It's $19.22 for a 12-month program right now, but here's the kicker. Grant's going to throw this deal in. Okay, this is a monster book. This is all Grant's live seminar collections. There was 30 hours of Grant seminars that he built this book. So, if you're looking for all the scripts that Grant talks about, there's probably just on phone call scripts in here. I think there's probably in the neighborhood of maybe 25 just on the phone calls. But if you guys want to talk about the right things to say in the close, how to understand the close, I'm talking about follow-up strategies, what to do on day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you like what I was talking about inside the follow-up program, okay, invest in the Cardone University program. All of the strategies are written out in the Grant Cardone Seminar Collection. Okay, so guys, every Wednesday coming to you live. My name's Steve Spray. I'm here to help you out. Our company, Cardone Training Technologies, is here to help you out, make sure you guys are winning every single week. So one last thing before I go. If you guys have not been to 10xgrowthcon.com, that's 10xgrowthcon.com. Dude, you guys need to get there, man. We just added a monster speaker. Okay, he's going to be there. at the end of the event. It's a 3-day event. This is a 3-day event of just heavy hitters, okay? 10xgrowthcon.com. At the end of it, Grant and this guy, go to 10xgrowthcon.com if you want to see it. Grant and this guy I'm talking about, big time hitter, okay? They're going to do a live Q&A for over 2 hours, okay? Your business, what you're doing every single day, this is your time. This is your time to get around real people. There's going to be a couple thousand people at this event. We're almost sold out, okay? Because people know, look, man, I'm going big this year. It's a big opportunity. We're making America great again, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the 10X Growth Con and make my business unbelievable. So, guys, I come to you every week. If you ever need anything, reach out to me. You guys have a great week, and we'll see you back here on Wednesday.